Hello, my friend sent me a photograph of her niece, and in that photograph her niece was sitting in a W position and doing some coloring. Now if you see the picture in set, you will see a child sitting on her bottom with her knees bent and her feet positioned outside her hips. And if you are standing above the child, you will see her legs and her body make the shape of a W. Now this is commonly known as the W sitting position, and this position is not good for children to sit for a long period of time. Children frequently sit in this W position while playing or doing an activity, and children move in and out of this position while they are playing. Now it's okay for a child to move into this position sometimes, as long as they are not sitting in this position too frequently. And if your child frequently sits like this, you may want to know what damage is done to the child. So children sitting in this W position don't use their core muscles as much, as the wide sitting stance of this W position makes it easier to keep their body upright. That means that the core muscles don't develop as much as they could have in any other position. Also, this lands up getting them a weak trunk and weak core muscles. This W position also makes it difficult for children to rotate their upper body to reach across to either side with one or both their arms. That means that cross body movements are difficult, and we all know that cross body movements are required to activate both the sides of the brain. In this position, a child also has a lot of trunk control and stability. So it's very easy for them to use either hand to accomplish tasks. However, we need to develop hand preference because we need to write later, right? And if a child is prone to muscle tightness, then the tightness in the hips, knees and ankles increases. And this leads to change in the development of the hip and also causes hip weaknesses. This could all lead to pigeon-toed walking, sway back posture, tight hamstrings. But there are things that you could do to prevent your child sitting in this position frequently. Remind your child to fix their legs whenever you see them sit in a W position. That is, give them another option of how they can sit. You could also offer your child a small chair or a stool as an alternative to sit on the floor. Or you could sit with your child on the floor and encourage them to mirror your movement. You could place your legs straight out. You can add a fun element by having a bottom walk race. Sit on the bottom and shift your weight back and forth to create movement and momentum. And you could also have your child sit with you with both your backs against the wall and your legs stretched out in front of you. This position helps stretch your hamstrings. You could play reaching games with your child. Encourage them to reach for objects at different heights and different distances. This will build your child's trunk muscles and improve flexibility. I hope all this has helped you, and if you have any questions, please reach out to me at askamrita@taabur.com.